Hi, we're looking at some Twilighter amplifiers from Magnatone. This one here is the stereo version. It has a completely dual output stage driven by 6v6 tubes, so there are two separate 6v6 powered output stages, and this one driving two 12-inch speakers. This is the 1x12 version, which is mono. It just has two 6v6s. This one in stereo does 44 watts. This one does 22 watts. This is the control panel of the Magnatone stereo Twilighter, and on this side we have the amp controls: volume, treble, mid, bass, and reverb. And in the center is the pitch shifting vibrato section. Over here there's a selector which has an offsetting, mono, and stereo settings, and then two settings over here: wet, dry, and dry, wet. And all those do is change which speaker gets the wet signal. In the center here is a FM AM switch, and this has nothing to do with radio. This is, on this setting, it's FM, which is frequency modulation, that's the vibrato, and over here it's amplitude modulation, which is tremolo. And then there's just a standard set of intensity and speed controls that operate whether it's in vibrato or tremolo mode. Over here you've got actual stereo outs, so these can drive external speakers in stereo, and you've also got line outs that do the same thing. You've got left and right line outs. On the standard Twilighter, this is the mono version, the amp controls are slightly simplified. We lose the mid control, so it's just volume, treble, bass, and reverb. And then also the vibrato and tremolo section is simplified. You just get intensity and speed controls, and the FM AM switch to change from vibrato to tremolo. And of course there's just one extension speaker out and one line out. This amp, both of these amps, you can control the speed of the vibrato or tremolo with an external pedal, and which plugs into here, and that gives you the ability to play in real time with changing vibrato or tremolo speeds. Okay, this is the chassis of the stereo Twilighter, and this is two separate power amps actually. So each pair of 6v6 output tubes represents one of the two sides of this amp. Separate transformers here. The rectification comes from a GZ34 rectifier tube here, and then we've got 7 preamp tubes. Flipping it over, you can see that there's a lot of hand-wired circuitry in this amp. The small components are laid out on a glass epoxy board, but everything else is mounted to the chassis, including the tube sockets and the pots, the jacks, and the switches. And it's quite a compact and neat circuit, considering that you're basically looking at an amp with two independent power stages in it. Nice workmanship in the parts quality, and everything looks quite rugged and also easy to service.